The rise of David, the rise of David. Okay, David. Ashik Abu had always, been the type of man who, coasted through life, relying on his wife sharing steady income to sustain their modest existence, in the bustling city of Kochi. Carefree and oblivious to the consequences of his laziness, he was content with his simple word. However, all that changed one fateful evening when his life collided with the world of professional boxing. Ashik, who moonlights as a bouncer for high-profile events, is assigned to guard Senul here, a world-renowned boxing champion known for his ruthless techniques and intimidating persona. At a local school event, the brace here boxer humiliates Ashik in front of the students attempting to assert his dominance by making him flinch in fear. When Ashik refused to back down, Senul takes things too far, physically assaulting him to an unforgettable show of arrogance. This encounter becomes the spark for fierce rivalry between the two men. Ashik, with nothing left to lose, decides to change Senul to a boxing match, a fight that will determine his worth. Not just a man, but a symbol of defiance against the mighty. Okay, but Ashik is no fighter. As they embark on an arduous journey to train here, he faced his own demons and weaknesses. Okay, the journey takes a darker turn in Ashik's training, uncover disturbing secrets about Senul's past, secrets that be beyond the ring. Senul's intimidating persona masks a man haunted by guilt, driven by her unrelenting need for validation. Meanwhile, Ashik's family being to unravel. Sharon won his unwavering support, begins to question her role in the dangerous pursuit. She is caught in a web of suspense as her husband of obsession, with the fight grows, putting everything they have at risk. Okay, as the day of the match draws near, Ashik uncovers a conspiracy that links Senul to corrupt boxing promoters, who have manipulated his rise to the top. The fight is no longer just about pride, but about exposing a dark underworld, that underworld threatens, to destroy everything. Ashik holds dear. Okay, with time running out, Ashik must comfort his own doubts and fears, realizing that the true battle lies not in the ring, but in exposing the sinister forces that control the sport he is about to enter. Okay, in the final moments of the film, Ashik steps into the ring, not just to fight for his family's future, but to unveil the shocking truth that will change the sport forever. But as the bell rings, Ashik faces the ultimate choice: to take down Senul and corrupt empire, or to fight with his own survival, in a world that has never truly given him a chance. The suspense builds as the match unfolds, each punch carrying the weight of everything Ashik has found for. The twists and the turns of the fight mirrors the emotional battles with him. Okay, as the final round approaches, here the audience is left wondering who will win. The underdog Ashik or the heavyweight championship Senul, and more importantly, will the truth ever be revealed? Right. So in the rise of David, Ashik's journey is not just about upcoming physical obstacles, but confronting a world of lies, manipulations, and the quest for redemption. The suspense, emotional depth, and shocking revelation makes this a thrilling ride till the end. Okay, Laila, the mysterious transformation. Okay, Sonu is the unassuming beauty parlor here honor in a small town, well liked by the women in his community. His life takes a certain turns when he crosses path with local thug Rustam, Abhimanyu Singh, and a corrupt Shankar that we call the Babu Prithviraj, who threaten his livelihood and safety. Desperate to escalate their wrath, Sonu adopts a completely new identity, Laila, a bold and mysterious woman. The transformation is not just physical. Here Sonu brings a life as Laila, a persona full of allure and confidence. As Laila, he enters a world he never imagined. Loving soldiers here, with shady figures and navigating complex situations that seems to lead him further into danger, but beneath the surface of this, glamorous new life, a deeper mysteries unravels. Okay, who is truly behind the conspiracy targeting him, and why did he feel compelled to adopt such extreme alter ego? Okay, as Sonu delves here deeper into the world of deceit and threats, Laila's life start intertwining the Rustam's criminals empire and SI Shankar's murky dealings. The more he gets involved, the more he begins to question his own identity. Is this the transformation purely out of the necessity, and has something more sinister influenced his decision? Okay, in a twist that shocks both the audience and the characters, Laila's story takes a dark turn. It's revealed that Sonu's true transformation was not as innocent here as it appeared. Okay, he has been unknowingly, manipulated by powerful figures who have been pulling the strings from the shadows. Okay, the question arises: is Laila just a mark for Sonu, or has he truly become someone else altogether? The film unfolds with a story of suspenseful moments as Sonu now fully immersed in his double life, but must find a way. But the more he tries to escape, the more tangled as becomes a wave of lies, betrayal, and hidden truth. Every step he takes seems to lead him further into trap, right? Making the audience worker. Will Sonu ever reclaim his old identity, or is Laila destined to become his permanent self? The suspense builds to a climax as Sonu uncovers the shocking truth about his transformation. It isn't just a personal escape here. It was calculated plan, orchestrated, okay, by powerful enemies who has been grooming for a movement for a much darker purpose. Okay, as the walls close in around him, Sonu must make the ultimate choice: continue living the lies as Laila, or confront the true masterminds behind the transformation and break free once for all. Okay, the verdict here: Laila, the mysterious transformation, plays with themes of identity, deception, and quest for self-discovery. Right, while the film starts off with a somewhat predictable and comic tone, the suspense builds as Sonu's dual life unravels. Okay, leading to a surprising, thrilling climax. However, despite its intriguing concept, the execution falters with a weak storyline, and underdeveloped characters. The film struggles to balance its humor with a darker element of the plot, leaving the audience with more questions than answers. Ultimately, Laila is a film that could have been a far more compelling if it had focused more on its suspenseful narrative and less on its weak execution. Okay. Brahma Anandam review. An interesting core. The journey, falters. Rating is 2/5. Story overview here. In Brahma Anandam, Raja Gautam portrays Brahma, a struggling stage actor trying to make a name of himself, while living with his friend Giri in Hyderabad. His journey takes an unexpected turn when his grandfather Ananya Murthy offers him a seemingly simple deal: travel with him, to the village and stay for a certain period of exchange for land. But here is the twist. Murthy's offer is not as straightforward as it seems. What is his true motive? Okay, and what happened when Brahma uncovers the real reason behind the journey? Okay, the unfolding twist. The plot unravels with suspense, and the Brahma and Giri finds themselves in a village where nothing is as it seems. Just when you think the film is about the bond between the grandson and his grandfather, the twist introduces here a much deeper, more surprising storyline. But what exactly is Anandamurthy hiding? Does Brahma's discovery changes everything? And what does this unexpected revelations mean for the characters we have followed for so far? The suspense lies in uncovering truth behind Murthy's mysterious action, and the film's unexpected course theme. It keeps you questioning the entire narrative. The performances here. Brahmanandam, beyond of his comic roles, delivers a surprising emotional depth in his portrayal of Anandamurthy. His scenes with Taluri Rameshwari add the layer of the warmth. Raja Gautam, through initially less impactful, comes into his own as the story progresses, particularly in the emotional climax. Vanilla Kishore's humor offers some much needed levity in the films, but the real question is, does his presence alone save the film from its inconsistencies? The execution. What's the execution here? Where does it falter? The core concept of the film is undoubtedly engaging, but the execution does not it justice. The story starts promisingly, build intrigue around the dynamic between the Brahma and his grandfather, but as the narrative progresses, the film struggles to maintain momentum. Scenes about Brahma careers as a stage actor and his relationships, Priya Badalamani feels stale with a forced breakup that undermines emotional investment. The real suspense only keeps in when the characters head to the village, but even then the inconsistencies in narrations make it difficult to fully immerse the story. Okay, final thoughts here. Is it worth the watch? Is it worth the watch? Brahmananda Anand offered some memorable emotional moments and intriguing twist that could not have been better explored, but with inconsistent narration and a lack of sharpening editing, it often feels like OTT level production type trying to reach cinematic heights. The final message, though emotionally poignant, is some diluted by the film's meandering storyline. The question remains here. Can Brahmananda redeem itself from its flaws? Would you want to take the journey of discovering or feel left behind its uneven narrative? While some elements work, they don't quite add to a satisfying whole. So yeah. Okay, another one here, Max movie review. A gripping action thriller, with Kicha Sudeepa at the helm. Available now here. Z5 Max is a action-packed thriller that dives into the world of political powers, corruption, and the relentless pursuit of justice, right? With a gripping plot and intensive performance. With Kannada film brings both suspense and drama to the scene. Okay, thought it occasionally falters due to the familiar storyline here. Right, plot overview here. In a region dominated by two corrupt ministers, Parshuram and Daniel. No one is dare defy their rules, not even the police. Right, into Max here, Kicha. No nonsense officers who arrived to confront his fearsome power structure when the son of the ministers Michael and Vera run right. Okay, Max stands firm, arresting them for their crimes, but things take a dark turn when the two men die under mysterious circumstances while in custody, sparking chaos and a wave of political threats, right? As Max navigates this deadly situation, and the stakes rise, and his survival becomes a fight against both political goon and his own moral compass. Here, the analysis here, Max borrows themes here from films like Khedi, right? Khedi. It's not Khani, right? It's Khadi. And while its premise is intriguing, it does not quite break new grounds and its course. The movie explores the clash between the determined officer and corrupt politician system, Kicha Sudeepa, who is stalwart of Kannada cinema, shines Max, a tough, fearless cop with a strong sense of duty. His performance adds depth of characters that otherwise could have felt one-dimensional. The film sets up a tense scenario with the Max being caught in a deadly standoff between the ruthless political and corrupt law enforcement, adding to the drama in introductions of Baralakshmi. Characters group a crime branch officers with her own secret agenda, making the plot even more layered. However, the screenplay occasionally falters, drawing heavy, intense, influenced from films of a similar genre. Making the narrative feel spiritual at times. If I'm talking about the performance here, Kicha Sudeepa's performance is undoubtedly the highlight of the film. He infuses Max with raw intensity that drives the plot forward, while the supporting cast introducing here Sharath, right, and Adu Kalaram, bring the weight to their respective roles. Their characters could have used more development. Varalakshmi entries is promising, but her character's arc does not evolve as much expected, leaving her potential untapped. Right, technical aspect here. The cinematography by Shekhar Chandra is visually appealing, particularly in the intense consequences that unfold with the colonial era police station. The backward scores by Ajneesh Loknath deserves a special mention in elevating the film's dramatic moments. On the flip side, the editing by Ganesh Babu could have the crisper as certain scenes drag no longer than necessary. Final verdict: while Max offers solid performance from Kicha Sudeepa and builds a gripping atmosphere, the film struggles to stand out due to its reliance on familiar plot points. If you are a fan of intense action thrillers and political intrigue, this one is definitely worth a watch. However, it could have been a more unique and thrilling experience had it pushed the boundaries, of its narrative further. As it stands, Max is a decent opportunity to elevate the next level. Here, the rating is 2.5 out of 5. Catch Max now streaming on Z5 and experience the action unfold. Right. Painkili moment review. movie review. Painkili movie review. The roller coaster of emotions and surprises. Could this film be the next big thing, or will it fall short of its ambitious promises? Director Sreejith Babu's debut film, Painkili, has already stirred up conversation with its unsexual mix of comedy, drama, and emotional depth. At the center of the storm of Sajin Gopu, a performer who knows exactly how to turn very emotional beat into a jaw-dropping moments. But can Painkili live up its thrilling premise, or does it falter in the second half? The film kicks off with a burst energy focusing on the Suku, led by Gopu, right? Okay, whose naivety shines through in hilarious way. Okay, his social media blunders and misplaced attempts at romance gives a glimpse into a world full of quirky humor and fresh vibes. But there is more beneath the surface. Suku's interaction with his eccentric family, okay, led by his father, are pure gold, provide plenty of loves and breath of fresh air, to somewhat, formulaic premise. Yes, Painkili is not all fun and games. Enter the Shiva baby, right? A young girl with dreams of space, escaping her suffocating, home life. Her desperate search for, freedom adds the layer of complexity to the narrative. But does it hit the mark? As she falls for the same societal pressures as Suku, their words collide in a series of chaotic, sometimes, absurd moments. Their path, self-liberation, is where things start to get more uncertain, leaving viewers wondering, what does the film really want to say? The first half flows smoothly thanks to a brilliant background score by Justin Verghese, which complements of comic chows perfectly. Sajin Gopu's performance is undoubtedly the highlight, brings layers of emotions to character, that could have easily been one-dimensional. But as the film, progresses, it begins to lose its grip, right? When Suku fans mental illness, it means to a crucial turning point. But instead of offering emotional depth, right, the film glosses over its distracting us with another round of chaotic comedy. Was it the best way to explore his inner turmoil? And then there is Shiva, played by the Anaswara Rajan, whose performance seems to miss the mark, right? Her character is underwritten, and despite the emotional outburst, her transformation towards the end feels rushed and unconvincing. Could the film have done better by giving the characters more depth? It certainly, seems like a missed opportunity. The climax here, where Sajin takes the stage in a one-man show, in both entertaining and tragic in its own right. The actor truly shines, giving us powerful performance that almost here makes you forget the film's earlier mistakes. But does this wild energy resolve the story's unanswered questions, or just leave us feeling unsatisfied in the end? Here, Painkili is a movie full of potential, but it's left wondering what it wants to be. The humor works, the energy of contagious, and Sajin Gopu's performance is a force of reckoned with. However, the lack of emotional depth, especially the Shiva's arc and the abrupt tonal shifts in the later half, might leave you questioning, what was this film really able to tell the story it set out to, right? So final verdict is, Painkili is a wild, unpredictable ride that leaves you questioning, right, whether it could have been more with its up and down and stance and turn. Okay, so final verdict here. Painkili is a wild, unpredictable ride that leaves you questioning, whether it could have been more. With its ups and downs, it stands as an entertaining and imperfect journey. Could it have been a game changer with better writing and more thoughtful approach? Only time will tell. Film is Painkili. Director is Sreejith Babu. Cast is Sajin Gopu, Anaswara Rajan, Roshan, Shanavas, Chandu, Salimkumar, Jisma, Vimal. Rating is 3/5. So yeah.